Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be all about wellness tips, and I've already done one other video about my top wellness tips, and this one's going to be a little bit different because it is self-care wellness tips that I find very useful, and I'm sure many of you do as well. So when we think of self-care, we think of so many different things in different categories. So I'm just going to break it down by category and some of the things that I find are very helpful to incorporate in our lives just to help us out, help us feel better, help us have more energy, help us keep ourselves in a positive state of mind, especially these days. So of course, my number one thing is our physical self-care. Eating well, eating healthy, nutritious foods. And that's not going to happen every day. You are going to have days that you are craving something that you probably shouldn't have. And you know what? I feel like that's okay. But if overall you are looking at, self-care and taking care of your body, nourishing your body with healthy foods to keep you going, to keep you energized, to keep your mind and body working at an optimal state. Now, of course, if you can get active, where I live, it is winter and it is really cold and I can't bear to be outside. So my 2-hour walks are not happening anymore. Gyms are closed, so people are having to work out at home. And sometimes, you can do that easily. And other times it's really hard to get that motivation. But if you can find time to do any little thing, even if it's just stretching, even if it's a small, short yoga session, incorporate it in your day. So some of these tips that I'm going to mention, maybe you already incorporate them, but it's going to be a reminder to keep it up. It's going to be a reminder to incorporate things that are similar. It's going to be a reminder to put you first, which is really hard for some of us. Like I can speak for myself. I put myself last, and that's not good because you know how they always say, fill your cup first and then you'll have more to offer for everybody. You will be able to do more for others and you will feel better. So these are really easy things to incorporate. There is nothing that is going to cost a lot of money. There is nothing that you can't do for free online. There's a lot of resources that you can find. So when I'm saying like keep physically active, you can find a lot of apps that are free to use and you don't need, memberships at the gym. Now with Corona, you can't go to the gym, but before people were spending a lot of money per month, you don't need to do that. And, I think we learned a lot from 2020 and we learned that we don't really need all of these things because there are ways around it. There are other things that we can do. We just have to think outside the box. So I'm lucky because healthcare workers got a lot of perks because, being a frontline worker, a lot of people reached out to us and offered us a lot of free opportunities and resources, which is really great. So we've had a lot of online and free apps that we could use for workouts and to stay active because it's not just for our physical bodies, but it's also for our mental states because it's been so stressful for all of us, really. One of the things that I really find very important is the aspect of using all our senses. And that's why I have sensory self-care incorporated in these wellness tips. Because when we light the scented candles, do you not feel instantly like just relaxed and, oh, that smells so good? And it totally changes the way you're feeling and the way you're thinking. Just from a scented candle, it's that simple. And sometimes it's, cooking is therapeutic. And once you start smelling everything and, maybe working with your hands, it, reduces your stress level and you just get into your zone. So I'm going to start with physical self-care because for me this is such a biggie. And of course we want to talk about working out and feeling good and keeping our bodies active. It's very important. Whatever it is that you like to do, whatever workout is your favorite, whether it's yoga, whether it's just stretching out like I've been doing, whatever it is, walking, jogging, running, keep it up. And also, most importantly, I feel like the most important thing is keeping your nutrition on point, making sure that you are getting adequate nutrition in, getting all those extra veggies in. I eat half of my plate is always veggies just so that I can make sure that I am eating at my optimal. So for emotional self-care, I know not everybody likes to journal. But whatever it is that works for you, just get in tune with your emotions. You know, whether it is just a plain book from the dollar store, like this one is a fancy one from Amazon. You don't need anything like that. I usually have like dollar store books, and that works perfectly. A lot of people like what they call a brain dump. So basically you write down everything you're thinking, everything you're feeling, and then you can reflect on it and date it, and you can go back to it. It really helps to get everything out. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're going through, it really, really does help. And what I'm starting now and what I'm doing in the video is doing a dream journal. So that's a separate journal, just because I've been having some amazing dreams and I want to keep track and try to, get an understanding of why I'm dreaming of certain things. And so then I just started to do a different journal. That way I can kind of keep track. But whatever works for you, implement it. I also have a gratitude journal that I like implementing. If you like to do meditation, do that as well, whatever works for you. So spiritual self-care, it is basically just nourishing your soul, whether that's through meditation. You just need to find some inner peace, and it doesn't have to be religious based. But if you want, scriptures from your Bible, if that helps you in your day-to-day life and helps you maintain that sense of peace and calm, then go for it. For me, it's meditation. I've been doing it for so long that yes, I can have the puppy around me and it doesn't bother me. I know it's kind of distracting for this video, but he doesn't bother me at all. And sometimes I don't have time to do what I'm doing in this video. I don't have time to sit and just be downstairs and do my things. So I will do it before I go to bed. I'll do a short meditation in bed, and that's good enough. It puts me in a great frame of mind and I can just fall asleep really quickly. So whatever works for you, whatever you have time for, just get that time in. And for me, it's also connecting with nature, because I love to be out in nature. That's a part of me and it makes me feel whole and just feeling fantastic. So during the nice warm months, I'm outside connecting with nature a lot. Another thing that people really like to do is donating things. I donate a lot as well, and you just feel so good after you've donated all the stuff that you really don't need, but it's in excellent condition, and it feels good to know you can pass it on to others that can actually use it and will want to use it and need to use it, especially at this time when people just need that extra support. It's really nice to donate. So intellectual self-care, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about educating yourself, continuing to learn. This is a guided live meditation that I'm doing before bed. I like to do workshops, and you can just do it from your phone or your computer, whatever works for you. And of course, I'm adding in books. Reading and learning is so important. There's just so much to read out there. There's so much to learn, and it's just such an easy way of constantly keeping yourself on your toes, learning new things, and expanding your horizons. So, usually books are not very expensive. You can buy them secondhand as well. Another thing I like to do is watch documentaries. There's so many good ones out there. Just start searching and you will find something that you will enjoy and you can keep learning from. We talked about sensory self-care earlier with the scented candles, and I just stress that you really need to know what types of candles you're buying. Buy non-toxic, just because you don't want toxic fumes in your home. But if you are buying good quality candles, you don't have to worry, and it's going to give off an amazing scent, whether it's like vanilla, lavender. There's so many amazing candles, and a lot of people are making candles, especially during COVID. A lot of people are getting crafty and making homemade candles, which is amazing. I would love to try that. But I feel like candles put you in just a great mood right away. It's very calming, very soothing, and you just can't go wrong with lighting a few candles and just relaxing. So I have pretty much candles on every floor in the house. I just really like even to have one in my bedroom when I'm doing my nighttime routine. Just, it's very calming and soothing to have one in the bedroom as well. Now the next thing I'm going to be showing you guys is herbal teas. I love herbal teas and I have a huge collection, and I also grow my own tea and we dry it and use it all winter long. So there's so many different formulas out there that work so well, like this cold formula and stress soother is amazing. Just the blend will help you tremendously. I've been having the cold one a lot lately just because I just want to keep my immune system in tip-top shape. And then of course dandelion is very detoxifying, so I liked having that. But yeah, like things like chamomile will help you with anxiety, and of course ginger tea is great for nausea or, when you're not feeling well. There's just so many teas out there and such a great combination of blends like I showed you earlier. I love having a cup of tea. It's just very calming, and of course it's also the smell associated with it. It's not just warm and comforting, but a lot of the teas have this great smell associated with them. So another thing I like to listen to is podcasts. Podcasts will put me in a great mood even if I'm having a really bad day. I like to listen to pretty much all health and wellness podcasts, and there's some other, podcasts thrown in there too, just, general information and inspirational podcasts. I like to listen to those things too. And then, of course, when I'm on my way into work on the subway, I'm definitely listening to a podcast because it's already going to put me in a positive mindset, and then I'm ready to head into the hospital for my shift. This one is tricky, social self-care. We do need to connect with others, and during COVID this has been really difficult, but there are apps like Zoom and other apps that you can use. Just stay connected with people, just decide on a day and get people together and get online and just, have a laugh, have a nice talk with people that you love and reconnect, because it's really important. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and that way you don't miss any upcoming videos. See you next week.